In this video, we'll go over all the WoW news from the past week and try to compress it into a bite-sized video. The weekly event for this week is Arena Skirmishes. The Archaeology Bi-Weekly is Worth Its Weight, which awards a 5,000 gold trash item, which can only be done once. The Darkmoon Fair is in town this week. The Mythic Plus affixes are Tyrannical, Bursting, and Necrotic. There will be a micro holiday on Saturday called Running with the Gnomes. Currently, the World Boss Dungeon Gorger Krolok is available this week, which drops an alpaca mount, so it's worth doing if you don't have it yet. And from the Spicy Corruption vendor, Expedition 3 is available. This could be the last chance to get that en masse if you want really high haste before it's removed in a week. And in some other WoW-related news, Shadowlands has been delayed. They haven't told us when the new shipping date of Shadowlands will be, other than it will probably be sometime this year. So either November or December. We did get a date for the pre-patch though, which will be going live next Tuesday. With an undefined date for the launch of Shadowlands, this could be one of the longest pre-patches in the game's history. Although as someone who is on the beta, I can definitely say this is a good move, since there are still so many things broken in the beta. I was kind of surprised they announced they were releasing it so soon with how much of it was clearly unfinished. With the delay of Shadowlands, Blizzard is also extending the duration of the Impressive Influence buff, which increases the amount of rep gains you get by 100%, which was supposed to end at the end of September. And now for some Shadowlands spoiler stuff. Blizzard is making it easier to change conduits by removing the weekly cooldown. Instead, you will get 10 charges to change your conduits, which is like your in-game talent system that you can pick between 3 of. And you will gain 1 of your charges back per day, so you can regain 7 charges a week. But you'll start off with 10 charges immediately. So it still limits the amount of times you can change your conduits, but it does give you a drastically better opportunity to play around with them before locking in the ones you like. Blizzard also announced that they would be updating the Maw, which is the zone that's supposed to be brutal and desolate, and be an exploration sandbox type thing where you go around and do stuff for rewards. Currently on the beta, it's very unfinished and not very fun to navigate, since you're just hiding from mobs and you can't mount up the whole time. And Blizzard acknowledged this and said they'll be making changes to it to make it more worthwhile to actually go there and do things, without it feeling like as much of a slog as it currently is. And now into the weather report with DevBot the Weatherbot. How's the weather out there?
You've probably passed a pigeon on the street with the same birthday as you.
Good one, DevBot. Always nice to hear. And now for the mob of the week. This week we have the Darkmoon Rabbit. Off the coast of Darkmoon Island, there's a little cave with a little suspicious number of skeletons in front of it. Exploring the cave, you don't really find much except some mushrooms and normal cave decor. But occasionally, a world boss will spawn at the entrance called the Darkmoon Rabbit, and it just looks like a normal rabbit at first glance. Fighting this rabbit definitely requires a raid group, and it's incredibly difficult to try to solo it, as it's always considered a boss of whatever current expansion it is, and is probably the smallest boss in the game. If you do manage to kill it, there's a chance it will drop the Darkmoon Rabbit pet, which has 3 different breeds available to it, with only 1 of them being good. So if you manage to get the SS breed, you can sell that for quite a bit on the auction house. And for something to do in WoW, did you know there is a treasure hunt you can do in the Darkmoon Fair, which awards you 100 extra tickets? It's actually pretty easy to do for a substantial amount of tickets, as all you need to do is fish up 100 Darkmoon Daggermon, turn them into the fishing prize NPC, which you can just buy on the auction house without having to fish any of them up yourself. Then you just need to go around the island completing the treasure hunt, which takes less than 10 minutes if you look up a guide online. And then you get a box with 100 Darkmoon tickets in it. Very easy and simple to do, especially since the Darkmoon Fair is in town this week. Alright, and with that, I'll see you all next week.